Alright, I'm going to reshoot this. I tried to shoot this once already. It didn't go as planned. The camera wasn't set up properly, so let me just rejig everything here. Camera wasn't set up properly, and yeah, it just didn't go the way that I wanted it to. So we'll do this again. I've done 2 parts, so if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, or if you have, go rewatch them so you can at least understand the concept of what we do in these videos. Or I say we, what I do. We look at the covers, we look at the discs, and then I talk about which one I like more of each. So if Blu-ray, I don't do a tally. I probably should at the end. Maybe I will this time. But 1 point for disc, 1 point for cover, and one goes to, they each go to Blu-ray or DVD. So let's just figure it out. So we'll start with Con Air here. Not one of my favorite movies, but it's one of my favorite guilty pleasures. We'll say that. Whenever I'm feeling like I just want to turn a movie on and not think at all and just watch mindless bullshit, this is one of those movies. Cyrus the Virus. Yes, give me some of that. So the cover, obviously, I think it's pretty self-explanatory how the Blu-ray wins out for that. Now let's pull out I don't have to pull the disc out. What am I doing? So you can see the disc. It's not the best. Doesn't probably win if we're going to compare. Yeah, now the Blu-ray wins out. It's flipped upside down. Let me get that real quick. You get the gist. The cover of the Blu-ray and the disc, so it's 2 for Blu-ray. Now, please hear me out. I didn't buy this or this. These were both given to me, so please don't hate me. The steelbook is nice. I do think that the Kylo Ren artwork looks cool. And on the back is Captain Phasma. Ugh, I don't talk about her. But I do love that you got the old school style, the way that the DVDs would open up for the movies, where it had like the movie playing in the Star Wars logo, which I always found pretty cool. I think this art style is also really awesome. It reminds me of A New Hope, so I like that. This wins out in the artwork for sure. I like this. This is cool. Steelbooks just usually don't have enough to offer, and it's the same discs pretty much. This just has a bunch of special discs over here. So discs are the same. This wins out on the cover, in my opinion. I think it's just a little cooler. And I kind of like that they use black. It's a little different, you know, for the Blu-ray case. I like that. I like when they use different colors for Blu-rays, even though it's called Blu-ray. It should be blue, but it isn't always. So next we'll do The Lost Boys, my favorite movies when I was a kid. These are a little less fair to do, because this is obviously a split. This is the first and second Lost Boys, the first and second Lost Boys Detried. This is just the first one, so the cover of this wins. The back of this one wins as well. And the disc is atrocious. This is one of those just writing around the middle discs. So that gets no points whatsoever, negative points. And this has got the Frog Brothers, so that wins just automatically. Corey Feldman. Alright, let's do this next. We've got Demolition Man. When I was a kid, this was always one of those movies that I watched parts of, and then I finally got around to watching it. And I needed it on Blu-ray. Love Wesley Snipes, and I definitely love some Sylvester Stallone. I think I like the back of the Blu-ray more. Definitely like the front of it more. I love that it says on the bottom the 21st century's most ruthless criminal on his, and then under his is the 21st century most dangerous cop. I do like that. And let's get to the discs, because I said this last when I made this video. Demolition Man's disc looks nice here. Like, I like the writing, the blue, but any disc that's white or gray, no. If it's just a plain disc, I cannot put that above. Like, this is plain and bland as well, but at least it's a black disc. So it gives you something else that isn't just a normal disc. That to me wins out. So Blu-ray wins out on the cover, and it wins out on the disc. 28 Days Later. So this has become one of the most rare and hard to find movies on DVD, let alone Blu-ray. I don't even know how. I walked into a pawn shop in the small town that I live in Canada. So the odds of finding a hard to find movie are like 0, and I found one of the rarest Blu-rays in the world in this pawn shop in good condition. Like, the case has got a little bit of scratching and shit going on, but that can be fixed. I can find a new case. But because they don't have these on streaming and the new movies are coming out, these are just becoming harder and harder to find. So if you want these movies, good luck. I feel bad for you if you don't already have them, because you're going to be paying over a premium just for the DVD. There we go. The DVD looks nice, by the way. It's a pretty cool looking DVD. And the artwork's nice for both of them. It's the same, but the Blu-ray wins based just off the fact that it doesn't say widescreen on the bottom. And the Blu-ray wins. I love that red disc. It's pretty awesome. But if we're gonna, like, the spine does matter a little bit to me, and because this is the French and English Blu-ray, it's got the smaller writing on the side, so you can see there the 28 days later is bigger for that. So that is definitely a plus for the DVD. While I'm at it, I'll grab a few more behind me. You'll definitely see what they are, but now that I'm thinking about it, I have a few up here that I have duplicated, so we can add those to the list. We'll just do these first, because you've already seen them. So, another dual Blu-ray, Scarface. I didn't need this right here. I didn't need the Steelbook, but this artwork is so fucking awesome. I think instantaneously became better than this. I like this Blu-ray, but when I bought this, I wasn't too pleased. I just needed a version of it, and this was the version I wanted even then. I'm pretty sure it's the same discs though. It's just black discs that say Scarface. Yeah, that's just it. So maybe this one's different. Yeah, it's the same. So the disc does not get any points for either, really. But the Blu-ray here, the case, absolutely does, because this is way better. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies ever too. So that also plays into why I had to get another version of it. There was a red one as well. I'm sure you guys, if you collect movies, have seen the red steelbook around. It doesn't look as good to me. It's just Tony with no background or anything, and it says just Scarface. This to me is better. It's basically that red all over the entire. It's okay, and this to me is just a great cover all around. Speaking of bad covers, I can't hold anything right now. We're keeping that in. You get to see. This is a really bad cover. So you've got like an Alfred Hitchcock outline right there, which it took me forever to even notice that. And then you've got What's-Her-Face screaming right there. I'm not a huge fan of it at all. I think it's a pretty horrible cover. But I still needed a way to see this movie. It just doesn't look like a horror movie. It doesn't give you any hints that this is a scary movie. I'm not saying it really is like, oh, whoa, it scared me, I couldn't stay up all night. But if it's a horror movie, shouldn't it at least give you an indication that it is a horror movie? This doesn't. It doesn't even let me know that it is. The side, the spine doesn't, the back doesn't. This right here gives me all I need to know about what I'm going to watch. You've got blood dripping down all the way from the house down to the drain. You know exactly what you need to know about this movie before you watch it. Alfred Hitchcock Psycho. There. Done. This wins by a mile. And on the back right here, we all go a little mad sometimes. That scene where he's sitting on the couch talking. Oh, the disc. I haven't even looked. That disc is amazing. Yeah, this wins out in every way. I haven't even checked the disc for the DVD yet, have I? Yeah, no, it's like, I don't understand what they're going for here. It's Alfred Hitchcock again on it. It's like they're just paying tribute. I get it. They're paying tribute, but you're ruining the horror element of the movie by just putting Alfred all over it. It's weird. The Wolfman 2010. I like this movie. I like parts of it, especially the action and the killing and all that stuff. The stuff you're going to watch a Wolfman for, but it wasn't my favorite. It's definitely doesn't hold up to the Lon Chaney days. And this disc is ruined by having an M on it. Someone put their initials on it. I hate you, whoever you are. Is it the same on the back? No. So they took out the pictures on the back of the DVD for the Blu-ray. Whatever. That doesn't really change anything. The front wins for the Blu-ray for me. I don't really know why, but it does. I guess because it's a Blu-ray. And the disc is definitely better. Not by much because it's a clear disc. But it's better because it doesn't have an initial on it. So that's all I'll say about that. Okay, we've got Open Season, which I need to switch cases immediately because this one is destroyed now that I look at it, which is not good. But I got this from a used place, so I'm not surprised. This is a burned copy of Open Season that I got through some sort of charity drive. Like, they were giving gifts out to random people at my school, and they were like, here, and you want a burned copy of Open Season? When I was like 12, and I went, sure, I guess. So that's how I had my copy of Open Season for years. And then I finally bought this, which I didn't even show the disc, did I? It's not very good. Disc is not good. The quality is terrible, obviously. And, yeah, the disc wins out. The front wins out. I like this cover a lot more than the cover for the burned copy that I have. So, that was a pretty quick one. That was a pretty quick get out of my sight Open Season. Swordfish. Ugh. I had to, okay, I don't love Swordfish. I've seen it once in my life. I probably don't even need to own it, but I just know if I want to watch it again someday, I want to watch it in a good quality and not have to open a fucking clipper case like I'm in 2002. These things were the bane of my existence as a child, and they still are, because I would always destroy these little cardboard, plastic fucking piece of shit that you always get. They're always for kids movies too, if they made them. So you give them your little 6-year-old Billy, and he would open it up and fucking rip it apart, and before you know it, it can't even close the clipper because he's already ruined it, and it's a terrible idea, these things. But the disc is the same for the Blu-ray and DVD. It's the same artwork for both, for front and back. It's just that the clipper case ruins everything about this DVD. So, I don't know if you can see both. They're both right there. So, same disc. Disc is, yeah, so. All I'm saying is the Blu-ray wins out because it doesn't have a fucking shitty clipper case. Get out of my sight clipper case before I lose my mind. I am going to get angry. Okay. Escape from Alcatraz. One of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies. I think the cover for the DVD is not as good, obviously. Just that widescreen shit on the bottom. You ruined it. I know it was $19.99. You had to let everybody know, but... So, the DVD, no. The Blu-ray wins because it's blue. That's the same exact as the DVD, though. It's a pretty plain DVD and Blu-ray. It's just a cover of him breaking through, Frank Morris coming on through in the back. I have no hands today, people. I'm sorry. And on the back, it's the same, pretty much. Let's get these over here. Where is... I'm missing... Oh, they're just buried underneath all the other ones. Stupid me. Okay. Alright. The original Fast and Furious, the first one. You probably don't need the Blu-ray for this type of movie, but I do, because I'm me, and I love this movie, and I always will. This is the one that they sold. This DVD was the one they sold with the prelude for Too Fast. So this came out right before Too Fast, 2003-ish. A little bit before that, maybe even the end of 2002. They wanted to get you amped and ready for Too Fast. So I always saw this in the stores thinking this was a different Fast and Furious. Oh my god, I need to own this. So I had to own this just to feel better about myself. Even though it's the same movie, but as a kid I just had this weird thought that different cover, different movie. It's not. It's a different disc, though, than the original. So, disc looks different. Do love this cover. It's different. You can say that much. But I'd say the cover for the Blu-ray wins out. And not to mention, the disc is the same. So, it wins out just because it's simply a Blu-ray. But that cover is nice. The green with the picture that we all know is the cover of this movie. Okay. So, I just got this 2 days ago. They Live. I had to upgrade this. This is a movie that I've been dying to upgrade on Blu-ray. I don't know what's taken me so freaking long, but I finally did it. I finally gutted it up and I bought it, and here we are talking about it. This really made me make this video, as I just wanted to talk about these movies. All these movies I've been sitting on, and They Live made me want to do that. I still think the DVD cover's a little better. This looks a little too photoshopped. You know, it's a little too much going on, where they're just trying to shove every single thing from the movie in there, and it's a little too much. The disc doesn't really give me much there. This disc definitely gives me. It's everything that I love about a Blu-ray with this, really. A nice cover. It might be a little bit too much, but it gives me a disc with a different cover, or a different picture than the cover. That's all I'm asking for. Just a little bit of variety. So we'll do this first. We have the Shrek collection, 2 of them. So we'll navigate through this one first because it's way easier. So this is the 1 through 4, both of them. This is the 3D set, Technicolor, and I got this for $5 somehow. If you go online, it ain't $5, so I got lucky. These discs are also unique to this version. There's no other disc releases where they look like this, so there's that. I don't really like the way these discs look, per se, especially with Fiona. I'm not a huge fan of Shrek 4 Fiona, where she's all butchy and not my Fiona. And I should probably show the artwork there. Love this. I had to own this, and it's a hardcover. I love this. When you give me a fucking Blu-ray like that, up there, that Toy Story thing, it's falling apart. It's a piece of shit. They give you these little thin plastic or thin paper. It's not enough. I need a thick paper thing to hold it all together. So the first Shrek, which my favorite Shrek. And I do like these discs a little bit more, where it gives you a picture of whoever is the biggest person on the cover of the movie. So this is Donkey's movie, as it really is Donkey's movie, in my opinion. Besides Shrek, he's the guy who steals the show. Shrek 2, we've got Puss on the front, who, yeah, he steals the show for sure. And, of course, the disc is Puss. Shrek the Third. So this is a Fiona movie. It really is. It's about her pregnancy and Fiona's in the. So the style of these Blu-rays are amazing. I love that they've got like an outline of Shrek's ears, and it's like a green border for every Blu-ray, and then even the back's got. It almost looks like a billboard you'd see in Far, Far Away, which is just awesome. The final chapter, which my friend doesn't like, but I still think is better than Shrek 3. I don't care. Shrek 3 is the low point, in my opinion. So, if I was going to recommend one to buy, it'd be this one, right? Like, who the hell's going out and buying this? Also, I don't know if they meant to do that, but the DreamWorks logo's backwards on the back. Hilarious. And it gives you a little, on the, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the bottom. It lets you know what you're getting into. So that's that. We've got this now. This is why I made this video, really. I said they live, but this really, I bought this. So I've owned these for probably 10 years. I remember I begged my parents, my father in particular, because I was a big Spider-Man fan. I said, please, we own these on DVD. I think 2 of them were in full screen. I was like, we just need a Blu-ray version of Spider-Man in some capacity. So we got this, and it took a month or so to get to my house. So in the meantime, I figured, in my head, I created all these scenarios. It's probably metal, right? Or it's probably a hard plastic like the Shrek thing that I just showed you. It's not. It's about as flimsy and shitty as it gets. And that is just the beginning of the problems. You open it up, and you get to see for yourself how horrible the design is here. So you've got an accordion-style Blu-ray holder where 1, 2, 3 plus the bonus features, and the discs can slide out either side, so they can slide out behind the. It's just really bad. So all I knew is if I was gonna continue watching these movies, which I don't watch very often, but I just rewatched the newest Spider-Man, and I figured, I kind of want to watch Tobey's, but I don't want to keep opening that. One of these days I'm gonna rip it, and then if I rip it, then I can't get it back in there, and then. There's just so many things going through my head. So I went out and I bought this for like $12. And now I own the movies individually and I don't have to worry. You can see the discs as well in there. Very nice discs. And I still think the covers for these are awesome. They look like the DVDs I had when I was a kid. So they throw me right back to being a child. I don't really like that. That's the same disc as the DVD, and I don't really like that disc, where it's just his suit. But I do love that cover for sure for Spider-Man 2. And Spider-Man 3. Oh, it's 2 discs for Spider-Man 3. So you've got the cover, and then you've got the bonus and the feature film. So that's the same as this that I just showed you, where it's got the 4 discs, but they have them spread out throughout that horrible designed labyrinth of maze discs. So up here, real quick, just to get my point across a little better. as to what I'm trying to explain. That this Spider-Man thing could have been avoided if you just made a outer layer like that with inner layers, stuff like this, where I can pull the discs out my own leisure. I'm not doing this very well, but you can pull them out no problem. There's no issue. I never had any issues with this. I thought when I got this I was going to have so many problems. Never. Same with this Back to the Future one. You open this up, slide the disc in, you slide the disc out, no problem. Hard outside shell. This is pretty flimsy, but that doesn't really matter. It's very simple. It's very simple, and they somehow screwed that up. So you have to basically own two versions, and you have to keep this because this has Spider-Man 2.1. So if you want the real full-length version of the second Spider-Man with Sam Raimi's intended vision, you gotta own this. So it's a mess, and that's that. I hope you enjoyed. I had fun explaining this for a second time. I hope this was filmed properly this time, because I don't know if I could do this a third time. I don't know if I have it in me, people. 3 is too much. But I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Not that it matters, and not that anybody else is even watching this, but while I was editing, I realized that even the new version of Spider-Man that I bought has 2.1. So I don't really even need that shitty slipcover accordion-style Spider-Man that I was talking about, do I? No, I don't. So, okay, now this is officially the end of the video, all right? Take care. I'll see you next time. Adios.